Hi guys, it's Chris with City Your Homestead. So time for another Christmas in a jar, but with a twist today. It's going to be a big twist. So I had someone say it would be nice if I could make something with what I put together, but what I've been putting together have been gifts. So obviously I'm not going to put those together because they're gifts. And I've seen other people say that they don't have jars. So let's do a twist today. So we are going to make, sorry guys, my tripod is not working right. We are going to make white cake mix. And I'm doing it in a gallon bag. And I do have the labels that I printed out. So we need 2.5 cups of flour in each bag. So now if you have a jar, you can put it in the jar just like what I'm saying right here now. I'm going to do the 2 cups on each one first. Make sure you don't put these in there. Nobody wants to eat those. Now these ones are going to be stock up for me because there's stuff that I want to do for the fire department that I'm going to need a cake mix for. So I thought, why not make my own? So that's what I'm doing. I'll come back through with the half. And then there's 2.5 cups of flour. I think these would actually fit in a quart bag because they'll obviously fit in a quart jar, so they should fit in a quart bag too as well. So you can try it. Then we need 1.5 cups of sugar. I'm gonna have to refill all these things again. When you're making all this stuff up, they go really quick. Let's go back through with the half. And as long as you label everything that you need to do, these are still going to make wonderful gifts. And it doesn't take so much room on top of the shelf. What I do is I just flatten them out as good as I can, and then I stack them. So now we need a tablespoon of baking soda. Alright, there's our baking soda. And we need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I grabbed my teaspoon out, so we're just going to put half of it in there. Alright. Now to make this, to put it together, it says 1 stick of butter, softened, 6 egg whites, a tablespoon of vanilla extract, and a 1.25 cups of milk. Now there's other recipes. That one asks for a lot of stuff. They don't have to all be like that. So what I'm going to do is take these out, and I'm going to turn them over like this so I can flatten them down and take all the air out. And then when I store them, what I do is just lay them flat just like that, and everything is labeled and I know what it is. So there is white cake mix, all made up for myself. So I'm going to finish these up, put 2 of them away, and then I'll be back and we're going to make something with it. Alright, so if you remember right, I had some blueberry pie filling left. And I'm going to put that in a bowl. Never let anything go to waste. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Now I have some blackberry pie filling. I want a nice full cake. So now I have some blackberry. Tom's like, I could just get you another blueberry. And I'm like, I know. I just want it to be different. Alrighty. So now we're going to mix that together. And he goes, that's kind of weird. And I'm like, you know, when I make you a fruit bowl, I do blackberries, strawberries, blueberries, all that mixed together. What would be any different than on a cake? He's like, yeah, you're right. And I'm like, duh. Just kidding. Alright, so now I already greased my pan. And I'm going to pour my pie filling in there. I knew just one jar. Like the cake mix would be too much if it was an 8x8 pan. And too little of the pie mix if I did just an 8x, you know what I mean? So I'm like, well, we need to double that up. Alrighty. So there's another thing to do with pie filling. Go figure. So now I've already shook this up and mixed it up really, really good. You want to make sure you do that because, you know. Alright. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle this over the entire cake. I know I'm just pouring it into one spot there, but that's alright. I'll straighten it out. And then we want to distribute that evenly across the entire cake. And you don't have to use canned pie filling. You can buy at the store. I know some people's like, I don't can. That's okay. You don't have to. Now I cut up 2 sticks of butter. If I need more, I can cut up more. If I don't use it all, then I can put it in my butter dish. No big deal. It says you can use melted butter too, but I remember last time I did that and it didn't turn out as good as I liked it. So I decided to go back to the harder way. I think it gets more evenly distributed that way. Because you want to cover the entire cake with your butter. That's something else that during the holidays, boy, we go through a lot of butter, don't we? It's crazy. Crazy, crazy how much stuff we go through. I bet you the butter capital of the world and whatever, they look forward to Christmas and Thanksgiving here in the States. Because they're like, those people are going to use all kinds of stuff up. And we do. I think I'm going to actually chop up another thing of butter here. Because it's just not going to cover the entire thing. That's what happens when I go big, right? I'll be right back. Alright, so I got all of it covered in butter. Now we want to put in our oven on 350. And I think it takes just about 30 minutes. But you want your crust to get brown and all the butter melted and everything else like that. So I'm going to set my timer for 30 minutes. And I'll check on it and see how it's coming along. Alrighty, so it's done. Look at how beautiful that is. So, should we try a taste? I've let it cool down a little bit so I don't burn my mouth off. Make So we get some pie filling in there. Look at that. Yummy. Mmm. Mmm. Buttery and rich. Mmm. And you would never know that it was your own homemade cake mix. So there you go. And those are things that, you know, if you were sitting down in the afternoon, you can stock up and, you know, have in your pantry. You can put them in a jar, you can put them in a bag, you can seal them, do whatever that works best for you and your family. And you'll have your cake mixes. I made 3 because there is something that when we go out for Christmas, I'm going to make a couple things for the fire department, and I'll need a cake mix to do that. So, thanks for coming along. You guys have a blessed day. Be a blessing.